Welcome to the channel. I've had problems with phones. We've got a cyclist coming. A freaking cyclist. Look at him. Cyclists and bloody all sorts of... What? Get lost. So, we've just been in... I finally had enough of this freaking phone. I was in that build... I wasn't in it, I was in the grounds having a look around at abandoned... It's not abandoned, but it's due for renovation. It's for sale. I was having a look around it, and I got speaking to this... Hello, welcome to the channel. I got speaking to this lady. So now we're doing 13 miles per hour because of some weirdo on a push bike. I was speaking to this lady who's talking about her family had in Coatbridge done... Was it done? Well, it's on the video. Dun church or something. She was talking about, I think her family, her father or something was a minister in it. So she's obviously, so we can tell which side she's on, which is the... Don't start that. Don't start talking about that. Don't you dare. Don't dare. Don't tell the story about how people told you they knew anyway, blah blah blah. Ah, you've got a bike lane now. You can use your bike lane. Look at him. Cycling away, all angry and full of... See, that's funny. He's in a bike lane and you've got to give him 1.5 metres. How does that work? How does that work? So the bike lane... So we've got to go over the other side of the road. Regardless. Oh, he's going to go through his puddle. Regardless... That's a pity he wasn't there. Regardless of... I used to park up there when I was at university, right on the left. And then walk round. I used to park there. I think it was like 2 hours or something. We'll have to do a video on the university sometime. Yeah. I think what happens to a lot of people, they get some OCD stuff and they think like, they'll obsess over like laws. Say like there's a law about bikes or something and they'll obsess over it and they'll lose all touch with reality. Look at that guy in the pavement. I mean, there's a bike lane there, but he's using the pavement. Do you know they obsess over... so they'll say like it'll be like a law that says, you know, you've got to stay 1.5 metres away from cyclists or something. There's another one in the pavement. The joggers on the bike lane. The joggers on the bike lane and the cyclists on the pavement. What the hell's going on here? Please tell me. All the billions of pounds we've spent on this and it's not working. You dummies. You bunch of dummies. There's a cyclist on a... What the fuck's he doing? None of them seem to be doing it right. Tesla, that's not saving the planet. You moron. There's a jogger. Right, you jog away. Good. You're doing well, dear. Stay out of the kitchen. I think I'll just go around saying really rude things to people. Like, but I'm always capable of taking it myself. Is the key. You know, if you want to slag me up, just go for it. I'm happy to take it. I can take it. I'm not the type that doesn't take it. So we're coming off, indicating behind the Range Rover, and this road often gets shut. You know, another thing I've never actually done for a long time has been up the Wallace Monument. I've actually go up that way, just go up the wild bit. What we got there? It's a fence So you could park here and just climb up that bit. It's quite steep. Jesus, it looks steep like. Oh, yes. It does look steep. So I've had trouble with my device today. So I'm going to see my... that's another thing I've never actually done, is went down to Cambuskenneth that way. I've been over to Cambuskenneth, but I've never driven to Cambuskenneth, or I've never driven, walked, or cycled from this side. I don't cycle anywhere, which is why I've never cycled there. I have got a push bike, I just don't bother with it, but maybe I should get it out. So I've never walked to Cambuskenneth this way from this. There's a pedestrian jogger on the pavement, doing a good job of jogging. I think what a lot of people do when they watch my videos, they kind of have this preset idea there has to be something wrong. So there's nothing wrong, you know. So it's like, they just do not understand. So you just, like, if I just do it, say like I did a video of that, of a jogger. It's a jogger, that's what the video is. But what's wrong with the jogger? And there's nothing wrong with the pavement. And they just have this insane kind of insistence that, I don't even know if I can explain it, but there has to be a very strong and valid reason for the video that suits them as well, you know, regardless of what I think. So they'll go, what's that point, and everything. And if I end up messing about with them, you get to the stage where I could actually be like murdered or something over this, you know. They could come round and murder me because I've been taking the piss out of them, you know. It's like, so I've noticed the thing with the car's not doing that funny thing today. Oh, I've got it, I put diesel in it. I put £40 worth of diesel in it. I already had a look at that house that's been videoed from the outside. Maybe it's because when it goes low on diesel, it does that cutting out thing. Is that what our issue is? And then I hadn't used it for a month either, is the other thing. I've been on that roundabout. I have been on it. So the phone is all working well now, and it was being a pain in the butt earlier. Thank you, phone, for being irritating. Right, so what's happening in politics is we've got a political class who, in order to make political headway, they have to destroy society, our way of life. It's a weird one, like, and that's how they get voted in. Wow. So what you've got is you've got a sort of percentage of people. There's looks low at the front, the Golf. There's a broken ball joint, broken tyre, damaged wheel, I don't know, or both or all three. You've got a percentage of people, say like me, who are awake. Let's say, but we're not into politics, but we're in society. So we've got an awareness of what's going on, and there'll be another 25% who are for these changes, who want to destroy society, but they don't see it like that. They see it that they're saving the planet. And there's another 25%, are we up to 75, I think, who are just thick. And there's another 20, you know, they're just thick. They don't really have much idea about anything. And there's another 25% who don't give a shit. You know, like, the types that don't care. You know, that type. I've got a pal like this guy like that, and it annoys me, but what it is, I've got to remember, so he's saying to me, why do you care about all this stuff? You're always saying, that. But the mistake he's making is try to change me to be like him. You know, you shouldn't do that. Let people do what they do. So what he does is he just gets in his truck and drives around and doesn't make any decisions really, other than I'm going to have a cheese pasty, or I'm going to shag my wife. Well, he doesn't even make that decision because his wife makes that decision. So, I wonder if he's listening to these videos and he knows I'm talking about him. I bet he doesn't. I bet he doesn't. You know, and so that's really you know, so he's that part of that 25%. So he's not thick, this guy, right? I'm talking about. He's not thick, right? He just isn't really interested in politics or world events, you know. And he just wants to go on with his life and carry on. And the problem for him is that it can all be taken away from him, and he's sleeping like he fell. They call that phrase, he fell asleep at the wheel. It probably is. Is a good way of explaining it. So when I was filming there, I'd been on the phone before I started filming, and I'd cleared all I had trouble with the device earlier. I'd cleared it all, and then I went on to other. Like you do it subconsciously. You go into WhatsApp, Facebook, you know, YouTube, Hotmail, whatever, you know, all these different pages. And then, so I forgot to clear them. And then the phone started playing up again when I was talking to a lady, which is quite tragic. It's working perfectly well now, but I cleared it, so maybe that's what the issue is. I think that it's a bit like your car should work okay. See, my car is working perfect today, right? And yesterday coming along here, it was going blip, 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 like it was wanting to die off, right? But then, so the diesel light wasn't on, but it was only doing it at like 65 miles of range or something. So it was quite low. So I went and put diesel in it this morning, and it's not doing that thing anymore. It's not like dying off. So maybe when the fuel gets low, it doesn't get the full blast of fuel. Or maybe it's just coincidence, or maybe I'm talking rubbish. Maybe I should go and have a bath. Maybe I should have a jam scone with cream on top. Or maybe I should have some lunch. Maybe I should stop talking such shite. Maybe I should get a job or get a life. Get my hair done. Get a different wig. Get a ginger one. There's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sleep with my sister. That is one thing for certain. Everything else is on the table. That's a really odd thing to say, actually. Yeah, I am an expert at saying odd things. Very strange things. So it was quite a weird scenario there. I was actually doing a video of that old place and quite enjoying myself. And sometimes it's best not to plan what you're doing. Just wing it. So I've got some more ideas for videos. There's an old building I want to look at the side of the motorway. A lot of videos I do, you'll get people going, "Oh, I could have done that," and then you go, "Well, you didn't, did you?" And what that kind of is, oh, what are we braking for? You don't need to brake. So you accelerated like mad out there and then started braking. It would have been better if you hadn't accelerated. So, what am I talking about now? I don't know. One thing I noticed, I think the sign for Falkirk District has been blown off or over. We'll find that out in a minute, and then that'll be the end of this video. So what happens in society now? You've got like a gang of nimbies that are ready to dob you in if you're bending the rules. Like, imagine if you're burning your log burner in 20 years' time. If they manage to get their stupid proposals into law, you know, so they're going to phone the police and everything. You know, so why are you going slower when you're coming out of Throsk? We're out of it now. It says go faster, and you're going slower. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars behind this clown. So they're encouraging NIMBYism. The Greens are encouraging numpties to drive along at 20 miles per hour. They want our country to go bankrupt, and then the globalists will step in and buy it, and you'll all be slaves. Oh yeah, look, somebody walking at the side of the road. Obviously, he's watching, I'm watching, we're all watching. Now see up here, there should be a sign. It says Falkirk District. About where that white car is now. So it's gone. There was a sign there. I need to look back on my videos to see where the sign actually was. I thought I was imagining things. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. We'll get you in the next video. End video now. Push bikes. Potholes. Potholes on the left, push bikes on the right.